Well, I think in terms of what it will do for school districts, I mean, there's really two key components, two key functions for the sales tax. It's one, it's to construct, it's to renovate, it's to enhance the facility of the schools in a district. Secondly, the revenue generated can serve as a mechanism to lower property taxes, particularly in situations where districts have outstanding bonds, construction type bonds, that can be, those dollars generated from the revenue can be utilized to help pay down that bond at a quicker rate than what had already been scheduled, which would then lower the property taxes for the local residents, the local property owners. Well, I think when you look at the type of revenue stream this is creating, as opposed to when you look at overall building operations, where, I mean, I'll use my budgets here. I mean, it's 75 to 80% of our district budgets are allocated to salaries and benefits, which most organizations are tied to that. But when we look at really the not only the short term but the long term capital improvements of districts, that's where it becomes more challenging, for us, in terms of the long term. And when we look at questions of pensions and the uncertainty of the state funding right now, while we certainly are fortunate to have some levels of reserves, there's such uncertainty right now that, I mean, we're currently operating in a deficit budget right now that we're working on to be able to bring that back into a balanced approach. So I think the 1 cent sales tax it can really serve as that mechanism for schools. Particularly, I think, when I look at LP High School and a number of other LaSalle County schools that are older campuses, to be able to update, to have more modern facilities that certainly create an ideal learning environment for the kids and a good working environment, for our instructors as well. I think your point, though, on when you compare salaries of LaSalle County teachers versus the LaSalle County average, I think just looking at those two numbers by themselves, I would say it's probably not a fair comparison. I think if you were to look at salaries of folks that have earned bachelor's, master's, or doctorates in the county, I think you're probably going to find a more comparable comparison. In fact, you may even find it to be where teacher salaries are lower than the group than other industries or other businesses in the county with comparable levels of education.
The reason why I use that stat is because everyone's going to be paying into this property, the sales tax, regardless of your education,
Sure.
educational attainment. So, a person making minimum wage and they go buy a television at Walmart, they're going to be paying the same tax as someone else. That's why I use that stat.
Sure.